Hello, it's Cathy Cassidy and I am here as usual to read you another chapter of Scarlett. I'm in my workshop today because it's still a little bit chilly and a little bit wet outside, so forgive me for that, but I can hear birds singing, so it's all good. I wanted to say hi, special hi to Amelie, who I'm told has tried her favourite hot chocolate with oat milk because she read or she heard that I like oat milk in my coffee, and she really liked it, so yay to that. And had a question from Marie, who is wondering if I would ever do a live stream so that readers and listeners could actually ask questions. Now, I'm not sure about that because I've never done a live stream in my life. I'm not sure if I would be able to do it or if I'd be any good at it. But let me know your thoughts about that. And if you do have questions and things you'd like to ask, maybe we could gather all the questions up from YouTube comments or Facebook comments, and I could put, I can answer all of them if possible in a little mini YouTube video. I don't know, maybe at the end. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I wanted also just to say a quick thank you to the fantastic folk who have been sharing my daily chapters. And although some people are sharing directly from YouTube and I can't really see who those people are, I don't have access to see that, I can see who are on my people who are on my friends list and so on who are sharing. And I'd like to thank Stephanie, Francesca, Bracken, Sarah, Joe, Anne, Anna, Doreen, Francis, Earl, Martin, Craig, Hill, Tony, Kiki, Sharon, Sheila, Mog, Ali, Linda, Susan, Phil, and lots of library services who I know are sharing too. And I probably have missed some, but I am so grateful to all of those of you who are sharing, because helping to get the word out there isn't my strong point, and it really does help me not to feel that I'm talking into thin air. So it really does mean a lot to me. So here we go. It's chapter 25, and yeah, Scarlett is back at the cottage. In the morning, Dad takes Holly into Galway to the dentist. There's some dispute over whether she's well enough, but I get the feeling Dad wants to keep her out of the way. The heat is already stifling outside, but things are feeling distinctly frosty between Dad, Clare, and me. Sorry, I say again. It's okay, Holly grins. I've changed my mind anyhow. I don't want a piercing anymore. Bit late for that, Dad huffs, thanks to Scarlett. I am sorry though. Sorry enough to take Kian's advice and come back. Sorry enough to hang around and watch the icicles form around me as Dad flashes me a reproachful look, and Clare eyes me warily as though I might start hacking the kitchen to bits with the bread knife at any moment. Dad and Holly head off in the Morris Traveller. They're making soap deliveries to craft shops in Galway too, and Dad has a meeting with a business that makes rag dolls from organic wool and cotton and wants a hand-knitted website to match. They will be away all day. I'll be in the workshop if you need me, Clare says curtly. There's no warmth, no sympathy in her voice, just a quiver of hurt, confusion. I know I put that there, and it makes me feel bad. There's more than one way to say sorry though. I get out the mixing bowl and make a batch of fairy cakes, icing the tops with buttercream and decorating them with ripe strawberries from the garden. I do the washing up, mop the kitchen floor, then work for a while on my project folder. It's so hot now, even inside the cottage, that a trickle of sweat drips down the small of my back. What will Kian be doing now? Making hay ricks in the scorching heat. It's not even 10:30. I don't think I can survive until 1 o'clock. I open the fridge and see a jug of Clare's homemade lemonade tucked away at the back. I pour myself a glass, and as an afterthought, one for Clare. I add a couple of cubes of ice and take it out to the workshop. The smell of crushed strawberries and fresh mint hits me as I open the door, and Clare looks up from a bowl of freshly liquidized fruit. This is her territory, and I've been careful to avoid it before today. My eyes flick around the room, taking in shelves stacked with pans, jars of mysterious powders, oils and granules. In the corner, a big pan filled with molten soap is cooling. Lemonade? I say shyly, setting the drink down on the table. It's so hot, I thought you'd need something. Thanks, Claire says, taking a long drink. That was thoughtful. Is there anything I can do to help? Claire looks startled, then faintly horrified. I've never offered to help her with the soap before. She frowns, then shrugs and chucks me an apron. Why not, she says. You can grease the moulds for me. It's a bit like greasing a cake tin. I set to work while Claire gives the fruit and mint a final whiz. She finishes off her lemonade, puts on rubber gloves and goggles, and weighs out a heap of white granules. This is caustic soda, pretty strong stuff, Claire says. Open that window as wide as it'll go, would you, and stay over there. Why? What happens? Claire ties a scarf over her nose and mouth so that she looks like a pregnant bank robber. A cloud of fumes rise up from the mixture, prickling my nose. You can't put stuff like that in the soap, I protest. It'd burn the face off you. Claire shakes her head and the scarf slips down round her neck. Ah, but when we blend this into the vegetable fat mixture, there's a chemical reaction. The soda gets neutralised. It disappears, if you like. I didn't realise it was so complicated, I say, impressed. Ah, it's a real mad professor's laboratory in here, Claire says. She pours the strawberry and mint into the cauldron of soap and starts stirring. It'll take a while to reach trace point, she says. Meanwhile, we can take this little lot out of its moulds. She chucks me a pair of rubber gloves and I set to work, turning out slabs of what looks and smells like coconut ice. The soap has been layered with white on the bottom and pink on top. Claire trims each slab and cuts it neatly into squares with a cheese slice for me to stack and cover with a blanket to cure. I don't like this weather, Claire frowns. It's really close and sticky even with the window open. I feel like I've done a whole day's work already. I think there might be thunder later. I give the strawberry mixture a stir. Hope not, I say. I wanted to go down to the loch. You love that loch, don't you, Claire says. I have to admit you have worked really hard on that project of yours, even in the school holidays. That's something to be proud of. Would she still think that if she knew the real reason I love being by the loch? So I can hang out with a runaway boy, a bad boy, a boy I'm going to miss like crazy? Nope. She would think I was bad beyond hope. Claire, I'm sorry about what happened with Holly, I say into the silence. Really sorry, okay? I know that, Scarlett, she says softly. Okay, that's trace point for the soap. Time to add the colouring and fragrance. I stir in diluted red colouring and watch the soap change from speckled pink to a deep, vivid red. Next, I measure out strawberry and peppermint oil, mix it up and stand back as Claire ladles the liquid soap into the moulds. A film of sweat glistens on her brow as she catches her lip as she dips and pours the mixture. She is almost 8 months pregnant, and she shouldn't be doing this, not in this heat. Let's call it a day, I suggest, when the last mould has been filled and the cauldron, ladle and measuring jug have been set to soak in the sink. It's way too hot to work. Perhaps you're right, Claire says uncertainly. Outside the window, the first crash of thunder booms out across the valley. So there we go. That was chapter 25, and I hope that you will tune in tomorrow to listen to 26 and the rest of the story, because we are really getting towards the end of it now. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts on whether we should do a question and answers video or a live stream. But I also had another question which I thought might be fun to know the answer to. One of our watchers and YouTube followers, George, mentioned a while ago that this was the first time they had listened to or had been read to since primary school. And I just thought it would be cool if you are following along on YouTube, just drop me a little comment and tell me when was the last time before these chapters that you had someone read aloud to you. I'd love to know. Take care, stay safe, and find something to smile about. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.